The establishment was a pancake/coffee house, and Chew, Molly, Sig, and I were sitting in a booth arguing about the place and its name and their relative merits. I thought the name was a take on panacea, implying that pancakes are a cure for everything. Sig thought the owner wanted the place to become the IKEA of pancakes. Molly thought that given how large the pancakes were, the title might be a riff on Pangaea, the first continental landmass. We all agreed that the owner was probably an ex-college student who couldn't get a job with his or her major, but we couldn't agree on whether that major was philosophy, marketing, anthropology, or just heavy drinking. All of us except Chew, that is. Chew was feeling a bit surly and wasn't saying much. Whatever the reason behind its name, the establishment was clean and brightly lit by large windows on 3 sides, and there were wood floors and red tablecloths and lots of pictures by local artists all over the place. The kitchen was separated from the dining area by a half wall that functioned as a counter, and the layout helped distribute heat so that the kitchen was cooler and the large common room warmer. More importantly, Sig had found the student who was maybe supposed to die instead of Lindsay Williams, and she'd followed him here. His name was Kevin Kichida. The place was packed. It was a cold Saturday in that limbo between late morning and early afternoon, but this actually made it easier for us to talk privately in our corner booth. The customers were mostly families with little kids or single people engrossed in their electronic devices, whether they were being singled by themselves or not. Chew's silence was becoming louder and louder, and I followed his eyes and realized that he was glaring at my breakfast. I had ordered something called the junk plate that had Italian sausage and eggs and cheese and bacon and broccoli and red peppers and potatoes all cooked together in an omelet, plus a steak. Chew, on the other hand, was currently trying to win back an ex-wife whom I'd never met, and part of that entailed giving up weed and trying to slim down a little. Hungry, horny, and unsoothed, he had ordered a poached egg and toast, and the toast was already crumbs. "I feel for you," I told him, "but I just went head-to-head with Mr. Ed. If you think I'm going to order a salad out of solidarity, you're dreaming." "Don't start with me." Chew leveled a dull butter knife in my direction. "I'm not even playing." He was, though. Chew's hands give him away when he's really upset. They are big, calloused hands, dark brown with long, thick fingers that are surprisingly deft. I have seen those hands play a piano with some skill and weave around wiring and machine parts that should have been too small to be accessible. And Chew's hands were gripping the knife lightly, not tightly. I was about to make some response. I honestly can't remember what it was, but there's at least a 70% chance that it involved Chew's knife, Chew's ass, and some kind of action verb, when Molly chimed in from her own more modest plate of waffles. "Don't look at me either. It takes heavy food to hit my B-spot." We all stared at her. Molly looks a little bit like a hobbit, short, robust-cheeked, thick-spectacled, and with brown hair that tends to go a little crazy when it grows out. But she is an oddly formidable presence. I finally ventured, "B-spot?" "It's a sensitive ridge of tissue about 1/3 of the way up my belly lining," Molly explained. "Repeatedly dropping carbs and chocolate against it gives me intense pleasure." "That might fall under the too much information category, Molly," Sig remonstrated gently. Then Sig took a bite out of her plate-sized chocolate pancakes covered with whipped cream and hot fudge sauce. She released her next words on a sigh of pleasure. "Although you might be onto something."
"I don't really blame y'all for not wanting to die with me." Chew's expression was caught between grumpy and amused. "But the food porn is a little much." I changed the subject. "So, where's Cahill?" I kind of wanted to see if Cahill could sit close to Molly or not. Molly had recently left the Episcopalian priesthood after being on some kind of mental or emotional leave for over 2 years, but her ability to affect unholy beings hadn't been hampered by her decision